Hey, middle school. This is Mrs. Doro, and I'm going to show you the second part of doing your pixelated cartoon. What I've done in the first video is I showed you how to draw your cartoon using simple shapes and how to use a visual reference and looking for accuracy. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my drawing of my original cartoon and I am going to start turning it into pixels. Now, obviously, if I look at this drawing of Felix, I have like gently sloping lines. They really gradually slope. Here's where it might get a little frustrating for you. You really can't do that same effect on a pixel grid because we need to have full grid squares filled in. We can't fill in just a half of it. So this is where you're going to have to be making decisions if you're going to keep it either an empty little pixel or if you are going to fill that in with color to get the correct shape of your cartoon. So what I'm doing, guys, right on top of my drawing, I'm just going along with a pencil. Please do this with a pencil first. Don't start doing this with a marker. It's just not going to work well. If you have a mistake, you're going to have to start all over again, and that gets really, really frustrating. All right, so you can see what I've done here so far. Felix's side of his head kind of gradually slopes down. So I outlined the pixels that I want to fill in with color later. Right down here, I think I see one that I'm feeling a little bit different about. I think this one I'm gonna keep like this. So now, like around his face right here, I am going to come along and I'm gonna make the decision using a pencil what I want to be filled in later with marker and what is going to be left blank. So when you're making a curved line, it's almost going to be like stairs stepping down. And I think that one I'm going to keep empty. And that one. Okay, now because Felix, his head is symmetrical, whatever I have done on this side, this is kind of nice. It's already been repeated for me. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to be blacked in. 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side of the ear are going to be blacked in. So I'm going to just kind of use my grid as a reference to complete the other side. So this one is going to jump out. And this will help me to keep my drawing looking accurate. Kind of a cool little trick. Ooh, see, now this is getting wider over here. I'm going to be bringing this right up to the edge. So this one steps down, that one steps down. This one comes right out like this. These two are going to go in. I'm going to have one coming out. And I would have you guys do the outline first of your cartoon. All right, do the outside lining of your cartoon first. You can see my original drawing was off compared to what my pixels are, and that's okay. That's a really good time that you guys can correct that. That's all right. This can just get erased out. There's going to be some planning in here where you're really going to have to be thinking and making some decisions. And if you're using a pencil, it's going to be much easier to fix those mistakes. See, now my head is definitely symmetrical. All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this line right going down here is actually going to be the center of his head. So I'm going to need to shift over those eyes a little bit. So one eye is going to start there and the other eye is going to start there. And I want them to look like ovals. And if it doesn't look right away, you can always go back, change things up a little bit. It's not the end of the world if you don't get it right the first time. All right, so that's going to be one of his eyes. I'm going to erase out this other stuff because this is going to confuse me. So guys, if you notice, what I drew first, what I thought I had right the first time, was not right at all, and that's okay. All right, it's okay if you don't get it right the first time. This is where I'm looking for persistence, and I'm going to be looking for your effort. Just because things don't go right the first time doesn't mean that it won't work. You just have to stick to it. All right, so Felix is starting to take shape more and more here. Yeah. All right, now when you have like small little details and things like that, like around his nose, I've got this little bit of a gap. So I'm going to try to keep that. So it's not going to look exactly like the cartoon that you see on the screen or in a book, whatever you're looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just discovered I'm going to have to move this all over just a little bit to get that more accurate. It's going to be a lot of adjusting, guys, okay? So just, you can do it. I promise you can do this. And once you get it done on paper, it's going to be so much quicker for you to do this on the pixels on the computer, okay? It's going to be a lot easier to do that. All right, guys. I'm going to keep on drawing in my pixels, and then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coming in with markers or colored pencils. If yours has like really custom colors, I would highly suggest that you, oh, I see a mistake right here. Yeah, look at that. I would suggest that you use colored pencil, okay? Use colored pencil. You can layer colors. Sorry, guys, I got a little distracted there by my mistake. But use colored pencils if you need to have colors done accurately. Felix, I'm going to go with markers because he is black and white. But like, let's say I wanted to do something that was maybe like, you know, a light purple or something like that. I would use colored pencil instead for that by layering purple and white together. Okay, so I'm going to come back in a little bit when I have Felix drawn out more. I can see on here that I need to do some more adjustments because I had a mistake in here. Yep, you know, Teachers make mistakes too. So anyway, I'll be coming back in a little bit and I'll show you when I have him all drawn in with pixels.